Hello, everyone. I am Kiko from the Asia Pacific Global Center for the University College Dublin. So I am joining from the Global Center for the Asia Pacific, which is based in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur. So, which means that our team will be the first point of contact of all of your application queries, including supports to your offer, etc. So for today's presentation, I will be covering a bit highlights of Ireland, Dublin, as well as what we are offering at University College Dublin, including the course, scholarships, as well as I would like to share some videos from our student testimonial. Yeah, so without any delay, I would like to start my presentation by showing you the first image here. So as you may already know, that Ireland is located in at a very strategic location, which is very near to the UK. 1 hour flight from London to Dublin, and from the Philippines, it may take about hours. Yeah, so in this country, it's a very small country where we have a really comfortable weather climate. So as you can see from here, average temperature is around 15 up and down. And of course, I've been there during the summer. It was very comfortable. So it may go up to 25, 26 at some point. But of course, during the winter, you may experience a few days of snow. And that's it, because Dublin located at the east coast in the island, so which means that we are very close to the sea, and it gets really, really windy, but not really freezing cold that way. Yeah, so other than that, we do have 2 UNESCO World Heritage sites in the country as well. So during your travel, like during your study, you can always travel to those amazing spots if you want to. Right, and perhaps I can also do some spotlights about Ireland. So why some of the students would like to choose Ireland as their study destination? So the first thing is because Ireland is one of the safest country on the Global Peace Index for 2020. And then in terms of language-wise, a lot of people may not know that Ireland is the only English-speaking country within the Eurozone. So everyone in the country speaks English. English is their mother tongue as well. So if you would like to stay back and to gain some work experience abroad in the country, it would be good to consider the well-being aspects at the country, like within the country as well. It is because Ireland being ranked on the top 10 for the gender equality, and also on the 22nd for the World Happiness Index for 2020 as well. So if you can imagine, in a huge organization, you don't need to worry about the gender equality issues, maybe racism issues, etc. Yeah, so one last important point about Ireland is because a lot of people may not know that Ireland is also one of the best countries to do business. So according by Forbes ranking, we are being ranked at the top 11 for the best country for business. Yeah. Right, so as a student, when you are studying, of course, you'll be welcome to work part-time during your study time if you want to, else you can always you can always work part-time during the holidays if you want. Especially a lot of the students, they may want to consider to start their internship from during the summer break. Yeah, if they would like to do so. So in terms of internship opportunity, it is always incorporated in your course as well, but of course also depending the type of your course that you have joined as well. So just for your information, currently Ireland is offering one of the highest minimum wage within the Eurozone, which is 10-20 euro per hour. Yeah, so what you can do after completed your bachelor degree or your master degree is that you are really welcome to stay back to work in the country. So let's say if you have done a bachelor degree, you can be entitled to have a 1-year stay back visa upon graduation, or or you can stay up to 2 years for the post-study visa after you complete your master degree. So of course, if you would like to move forward to apply for an employment permit, then of course you have to fulfill certain criteria that is being required by the country immigration. For further information, you can always check on the Ireland immigration website. Right. So why this country, Ireland, has been listed as one of the top country to do business is because we have attracted a lot of the multinational companies set up their operation within Ireland, within the capital city, Dublin. It's because, as you can see from this page, where I have just included part of the multinational companies in this slide to show you that we have more than 500 global financial institutions that have established their operation in Ireland. 9 out of the top 10 world pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies also have their operation set up in Ireland, including the medical technology as well as medical devices companies as well. So in terms of ICT sectors, we have more than 1,000 overseas and multinational companies also chosen Ireland as their home, including 9 out of the top 10 world ICT companies. So as you can see from here, this is also delivering a message that these are the industries are currently booming in the country. Yeah. And one thing to emphasize is that Ireland is the new technology capital of the Europe. Yeah, so perhaps this is just for your information, just to let you know that if you would like to stay back and study and work, and this will be the average salary that you may be expecting. Of course, it will really depend on the type of the organization that you have joined. So taking one of my undergraduate student as example, I have a student have joined a bachelor in commerce and then currently doing the 3rd year of the work placement in one of the company where I couldn't disclose which company is that. And she have been receiving at least 1,800 to 2,000 euros as an intern in that company. So it is really good. And then also most of the important thing is that she have the opportunity to get exposed, gain network, expand her network, and also gain work experience even before she completed her bachelor degree. And of course, for master students, I would recommend you to take a look at your course structures to see the work placement actually falls in which semester, and so you could have a better understanding on how your course structure looks like and what you'll be expecting. Right, so at the moment, Ireland's education international workforce is being ranked really, really high. So at the moment, the United Nations Human Development Index has showed that Ireland is being ranked on the 2nd in the world. And also Ireland has the 4th highest international workforce in Europe as well. So UCD named University College Dublin. So we're located in the capital city of Ireland, which is Dublin. So this is one of the amazing spots within the capital city. And the capital city basically is just very convenient, accessible, easy to navigate. If you want to just travel around or just hang out with your friends in the town, you can always do so by traveling with public transport, walkable, and also we do have a really developed and complete cycle track as well. And so most of our students, they will be cycling as well. And also it's always, and also it's accessible for you to actually travel to the rest of the 2nd or the 3rd big cities in the country, like Galway, Cork, Limerick, Belfast. It's just 2 hours plus minus away from the capital city, Dublin. And also our Dublin airport serves most of the European capitals, including international flights as well. So most of the Southeast Asian students, they will be travel and then they will be required to transfer via Middle East, or you can just take European flights and then you will be transferring 1 or 2 spots within the Europe country. And also just to emphasize that Dublin is also the home to leading international companies. And perhaps this map will give you a better picture on where all those multinational companies have set up their operation in the Dublin city center. So basically, the Silicon Docks is located around Dublin, around the heart of the Dublin city center. And then U City is just not far away from the heart of the city center. It's about 4.5 kilometers away from the heart of the city center. And if you would like to travel by bus, it will just take you about 20 minutes to half an hour if the traffic goes up. So basically, U City located at the Embassy Belt, so which means it's the main road, go straight to the heart of the city center. So it's very handy. You can just use your student card, your student leave card to hop on a bus, and then it will bring you to the heart of the city center if you would like to just maybe have a drink and meet up with your friends, do some shopping. And if you would like to go for some grocery shoppings, of course, nearby U City, there's a lot of options for you. Right, so let's talk about your destination, U City University College Dublin. At the moment, so Balfour campus, at the moment we have the Balfour campus as well as the Blackrock campus. So the Balfour campus is our main campus, and the Blackrock campus is another campus where we only cater for the graduate business students only. So meaning that if you are doing a non-graduate business courses, you will be required to stay in the main Balfour campus and studying in that. And in total, we have around 12 of the on-campus accommodation based in both of the campuses. Yeah, so before we go on, I know that there's a lot of information going on. And first, I would like to share with you our first video. And then I have another 2 videos about, it's from our current student, and I would like to share with you at the end of the presentation. So let's take a look at the first video.
A warm UCD welcome awaits you at University College Dublin, Ireland's global university.
The first choice destination for international students in Ireland.
Where the International Student Society is one of the biggest and most active on campus.
Along with over 130 student societies and sports clubs.
So you can really get involved and make friends from all over the world.
Where we debate the world's big issues.
Where your safety is our priority.
Where there's hundreds of acres of space to explore.
And we're committed to giving you the best possible campus learning experience.
Blended with accessible distance learning tools and options.
Where a dedicated global experience team is here to help you get started.
And safe, modern residences to make you feel at home.
Where we're all set to give you a Céad Míle Fáilte.
Where all that's missing is you. We look forward to welcoming you to your university, University College Dublin.
A warm.
Yeah, so let me introduce to you University College Dublin campus. So at the moment, we have 133 hectares of the UCD main campus, including all of the world-class facilities and modern on-campus residences, and then also a lot of open spaces to roam and to explore. So at the moment, we have around 80 buildings plus based in the campus with 8 kilometers of woodland walk sculpture trail. So on top of that, as I mentioned earlier, that we have 13 residences on campus, and we do welcome all of the international students. If you are joining us for the first year, do welcome to apply and to stay on campus because you will be given all of the facilities on the campus. But of course, the fees wise, if you are comparing to off campus, it will be slightly expensive because you will be staying really, really near to all of the academics buildings. Yeah, so on top of that, Ireland also the UCD also the also the largest and most international public university in Ireland. And also we have educated more than half of the island's prime ministers. And in overall ranking, we are ranked second in the country with programs across 35 different subject areas within the top 200 in the world, including 12 in the top 100 and 4 in the top 50. Yeah, so one more thing to highlight is that UCD has been ranked #1 university in Ireland for the graduate employability for consecutively since 2018 until now, which means is 5 years in a row at the moment. And more than 95% of our UCD graduates move into employment or further education within 6 months. So later on, I will be elaborating further on how UCD Career Development Team would support students during your study. Yeah, and also if you do really look for to start to have a very hands-on experience during your master's study or bachelor degree studies, it is really important to look at the university global connections, as well as the industry collaborations and research of the universities of the particular course that you'll be joining as well. Right, so in terms of international outlook, as we mentioned that UCD is also the most globalized university. So at the moment, we have the most international students in the country, where we have 33,000 student population. And among that, we have 8,500 plus international students on the campus. And at the moment, we have more than 400 exchange partners within 89 countries, and also 48% of our staff are coming from international background. Yeah, and so these are our supports from all over the world, and I'm based in Malaysia to support your application and your transition to UCD. Yeah, so other than that, in terms of services, here's the services that offer to all of the students. And good to mention that we have a really huge health center. If you need anything, you can just appointment that to meet the nurse and the doctor. And then at the moment, if anyone haven't been boosted, you can just walk into the health center to get boosted. Yeah, so other than that, Career Development Center plays a very, very important role within the university as well, because basically they will be guide you, and then you can just make an appointment to meet one of the consultants to discuss and also to explore your career options, and they will be guiding you step by step in terms of reviewing your resume, CV, and then to see if you would like to also join any workshops to get to know more about our guest speakers, and that's where you actually expand your network. So other than that, recruitment fairs, it's going on from time to time in each of the colleges, as well as at the UCD main hall as well. Yeah, so imagine if you are joining us for the master degree, and as I heard from the students that basically the career team, they will be reaching out to you on your second semester in your master degree to ask for your CV, to ask for your LinkedIn account, to see if you are ready and to see if there's anything that needs to be polished. Yeah. So other than that, sports clubs and societies are very active on UCD, and with 5 of the libraries, as well as health center that I've just mentioned. Also, we have a global launch to connect all of the international students and the local students. Yeah, so let's move on really, really quickly. Yeah. So let's move on really, really quickly that what we are offering at UCD. So if you actually take a look at our list of the courses that we offer on the campus, you may actually realize that UCD is a very research intensive, and also we are offering the most comprehensive courses on the campus. So currently we have more than 70 bachelor degrees, up to 300 postgrad studies, as well as PhD and research programs. Yep, so I may not be able to list out all of the courses today, but perhaps the list of the 6 colleges and 38 schools will give you a better idea on what are the areas that we are offering to the students. Of course, I would always encourage you to actually go on our global website to have a search, maybe to do some research, and then just let me know if you need any particular details, then I will be happy to help you on this. And perhaps the ranking of the Michael Smurfit Graduate Business School will help you to gain more understanding about our business school as well. So why I would like to highlight this Smurfit Graduate Business School is because it's the top 50 business school within the Eurozone. And so if you would like to look for really, really good business programs, I would really recommend you to look for good business school in the country within the Europe as well. So for the Michael Smurfit Graduate School, they also have been accredited by three of the accreditations. They are AMBA, EQUIS, and AACSB. Yeah, so perhaps I would like to share with you the course structure of undergraduate and the taught programs. So just for information, most of the taught master programs, they are being offered in 1 year, only a couple of them being offered in 2 years only. Yeah, so perhaps in the chat, you can just let me know what kind of subject areas that you are looking at, and then to see if you have any questions toward those particular courses where I can answer your questions later on. So moving on to entry requirements and the admissions to the university. So basically all of the courses, including undergraduate and the postgrad, they are on rolling basis, meaning that early application is the most recommended. It's because we will close the course whenever it is full. So our application for the September intake already opened since last year, October, until July this year. So if you don't want to miss any scholarship application, I would recommend to put in application as soon as possible, especially for the master program, because each of the application will need to send it to the school for the final approval. So it may actually take time, maybe around 2 weeks time or 3 weeks time, you may actually get the result for your master application. But for undergraduate, it's always within 2 weeks time. Yeah, so perhaps if you are looking for graduate business programs, I would recommend you to take a look at the brochure on the website, on the Smurfit website, to maybe just have a quick look by comparing your qualification according to the graph here. So which means that on your right is the qualification that is presented in your bachelor degree, and to compare with the courses that you may be considering at UCD to see if you may be considered for the course, or you may be presenting any relevant academic background to say. Yeah, so on top of that, English requirement, it's quite standard, as in IELTS overall 6.5, no band lower than 6 is required for most of the courses. Of course, if you are looking for law related program, you may be required to present a 7.0 with maybe 6.5 in writing and reading. So for more of the information, you can always look for a list of recognized English tests on our admissions registry website. And if you don't meet the English requirement, you can always consider our pre-sessional and pre-master course pathways. Right, so move on to the most important part of the presentation is about scholarships. Yeah, so I would say that UCD do offer very generous numbers of the scholarships to all of the international students. So currently we are offering unlimited international student scholarship, which is required as a partial scholarship. Value range from 2,000 to 10,000, depending on the type of the courses and also depending on your CGPA as well. So based on this partial scholarship, this will be assessed automatically, and then it will be automatically applied on your offer letter when we are issuing the offer letter to you. So meaning that you don't need to apply this partial scholarship separately. So regardless whether you have gotten this partial scholarship or not, once you have received an offer from the UCD, you can apply for the Global Excellence Scholarships from your student portal. So for this particular GE scholarship, we are offering up to 2 places of the 100% scholarship and around 6 to 8 places for the 50% tuition fee waiver scholarships for all of the students, for maybe maximum 10 of the students coming from Southeast Asia region. So meaning that you will be competing with students coming from the rest of the Southeast Asia countries, like Philippines itself, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar, and Cambodia. And all this, yeah. But then to be honest with you, most of the postgrad applications will be coming from Philippines, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand, not so much from Malaysia and Singapore. Yeah. So on top of that, if you would like to look for greater amount scholarship that would cover your living expenses and the allowances, you may also consider the Irish government scholarship, required as GOIIS scholarships as well. But to be honest with you, for this government scholarship, it is super competitive. You can give a try if you want to, but it's super competitive. Yeah. So other than that, each of the schools and the colleges also offering their own scholarship, but with limited numbers, and maybe the amount that they are offering also slightly lesser than what we what we are offering for the Global Excellence as well. So our Smurfit Graduate Business School also offering their own scholarships, where after you got an offer from the school, you can always go back to your student portal to submit applications. So go back to the Global Excellence Scholarships. I forgot to mention that for this GE scholarship will normally close by the last day of the March each year. And then what you need to do is just to make sure that you have received an offer from a UCD, and then when you are submitting this GE scholarship application, you will be required to answer 5 questions. So basically what we are looking for is you demonstrating your strength, and then also to demonstrate a very clear career goal within your area, and of course to let us know more on how you are going to contribute back to your Philippine juniors if you want to. Yeah, so on how to apply, you can always contact IDP, and also with the documents to prepare at the moment if you would like to submit applications. So basically, we will be looking at your current transcript and degree parchments, references, English language test if you already have. If you don't have it, it's okay because you can submit it later on. And most importantly, CV, personal statement, that will be the most important one, including the references as well, because we will be reviewing your personal statement, CV, as well as your 2 references, especially when you are applying for the scholarships, right? So I have also attached a brief timeline just for your information. So basically, I would recommend you to submit application before the scholarship application close, and then you may be expecting the scholarship results to be announced around early May or June. So usually the GE scholarship will be announced by early May, and the GOI scholarship, the Irish Government scholarship, will be announced by early June. So by then you have to make decision. And if you would like to apply for our on-campus accommodation, you should confirm your offer as early as you can, because we do open early accommodation booking only for postgrad students only. So if you have missed this early accommodation booking, meaning that you may want to look for off-campus, then because the rest of the places will be allocated for the undergraduate students. And if there's any vacant, then only we will open back it to the postgrad students. Right, so currently we have around 80 plus students from Philippines studying in a UCD at the moment. So I would say that the number is not huge, but then it's good to experience a very diverse campus in UCD. So I have two of the video testimonials from our students. If you don't mind, maybe you would need to spend around 5 minutes to hear what they say. Is that okay?
Hello, my name is Malika Venkatramani. I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science honors degree in genetics from UCD in 2021. I'm currently working in Singapore at the National Cancer Center Singapore as a genetic counseling assistant. Our genetics degree at UCD was a very specialized degree. Typically, you would have students doing a degree in life sciences or biological sciences at the undergraduate level. But at UCD, we had the privilege of doing a very specialized degree in a specific field of biology, which in my case is genetics. So as part of my 4-year degree, I had a lot of opportunity to learn hands-on. So we had a lot of labs, and all our lecturers are researchers as well in their other time outside of teaching hours. So we were very much immersed in the kind of research they did. So we could see the kind of applications genetics had in the real world. So in terms of the kinds of research it was applied in, so for example, cancer research or even research on different animals, which all are important to understand human health. And I would say also that the thesis that we had in our final year was a very good consolidation of all that I had learned in the 4 years. And to give an example of how relevant my degree was, very recently in my workplace, there was a little training session that we were having. And a couple of my colleagues who are also new employees who had trained in other countries didn't know a very basic genetics question. And when I heard that they were a little confused about what the question was about, all I could think was that as a UCD student, I was prepared for this kind of thing right in my 2nd year. So I was already aware of these things. In fact, I knew it pretty well. So that's just an example of how well UCD prepared me for a career beyond the university curriculum.
And also I have a second one to share with you as well, and also the last one.
Hello everyone, my name is Cheryl. I'm currently a master's student in University College Dublin, and I'm studying biopharmaceutical engineering.
Well, I did my degree back in Singapore, and I also have 2 years of working experience in my industry, which is the pharmaceutical industry. And I decided to do my master's here in UCD because I believe that the rigorous curricular will help me deepen my knowledge and advance myself in my career. And also the employability here in Ireland is really great for international students like myself. So the biopharmaceutical engineering course in UCD is a very dynamic course, and it is being reviewed as we go along, especially in this current situation with the pandemic going on. The course content is being updated regularly. So for example, in our animal cell technology course, previously we did not have vaccine production focusing on mRNA, but because of this new COVID-19 pandemic, we are also learning about how to produce mRNA vaccines. The biopharmaceutical engineering course also includes other modules such as operational excellence and also R Studio, where we learn this programming language that will be helpful and useful to us when we go out into the industry to work. And we're also learning about Industry 4.0, which is very important in terms of the automation of things in the industry, and gaining all this new knowledge so that we can apply it when we go out to work in these biopharmaceutical companies. So Ireland has been experiencing a boom in the pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical industry because it is the only English-speaking country within the European Union. So a lot of investments are being pumped into Ireland right now, and it's especially great for us this time in this pandemic. Pfizer has been investing in Ireland, especially in the Grange Castle Dublin facility, because this will be the base of operations for the COVID-19 vaccines, and they will be producing these vaccines for the rest of Europe and even worldwide. So I've been told that the Irish people here are very friendly, and that is true. I have seen that and experienced that for myself, and I am especially thankful and grateful to the new community of friends that I've made here in UCD, and also my community outside of UCD. Everyone has just been so welcoming, and I am just immensely grateful for that.
Welcome to Ireland. 欢迎来到爱尔兰。
Oops. Yep. So these are just one of our, so just two of our videos from our current students, and then you will be able to find more of the videos on our UCD Global YouTube channel. And if you would like to try it on one of our current students, do feel free to get in touch with them by using our platform called Unibuddy, where you can just filter by course of the student or maybe countries that they're from. And so you can just pop over text over to maybe learn more about their studying in Ireland in UCD. So also, I do recommend you to follow us on our social media because it's really active, especially TikTok, where they have the most latest short clips about UCD campus, and then you can feel how happening they are back in UCD campus. And also you can follow our UCD Global Facebook page, the YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn as well. Yeah. So I think that's all my presentation, and perhaps you can just pop in your questions at the chat box, and so I can get back to you